coming up the 605 just to Beam Rose Hills at 1.2. All right, thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just not uncommon. Okay, Peck Road. '60 freeway coming up. Right turn. Yeah, this is a decision point, Ginger, for this guy. If he wants to transition eastbound or westbound on that 60 freeway, this is going to be an opportunity for him to do so here. He's kind of in the right turn pocket here, so he might be looking to transition off to the 60 freeway, and it looks like that's what he's going to commit himself to doing here. Had he stayed in the left lanes of traffic, that would have committed him to the northbound side of the 605 freeway up to Valley Boulevard up towards the 10 freeway. But it looks like, my goodness, is he slowing down? Gotcha. Okay, so it looks like he is slowing down for traffic. He's on the transition road. He has bypassed the eastbound transition, so it looks like he might be looking to go westbound, maybe westbound on the 60 freeway here. So we'll know this in just a matter of a couple of moments here. He's having to slow down quite a bit to negotiate the turn here. It's only a one. That's a two-lane transition road here, but as you can see, they're having to move at a pretty slow speed here. So no problem for the CHP in trying to keep up to this guy here, a stolen U-Haul pursuit. Again, we don't know the exact location where they initially picked it up here, but we do know that Long Beach PD was initially part of this, and they backed out once this guy got onto the freeway there. And again, northbound 605 from the 91, that's about where the CHP took over the pursuit. And now, some confirmation, Ginger, we are now westbound on the 60 freeway coming away from the 605, and we can see there's quite a bit of traffic here coming through on that westbound side of the 60 freeway, coming away from Hacienda Heights, coming away from Avocado Heights, now moving into the San Gabriel Valley here. The CHP, no doubt, is going to start slowing folks down as this guy proceeds westbound on the 60 freeway here. So, gotcha. No doubt the CHP is likely going to start slowing people down behind the pursuit here, but trying to identify what is in that trailer. It's hard to know, but whatever material is in that trailer here, he's having to drag it along with him here. But you can see the size of the box truck here. It's a pretty sizable U-Haul truck. It's probably one of their larger sized trucks here. So again, as we mentioned before here, a pit maneuver is going to be out of the question, especially carrying a trailer, but with a vehicle that big at freeway speeds, it's just not going to happen here. So they're going to be relying on the CHP being able to communicate ahead of the pursuit here and perhaps getting into a position where they might be able to spike strip this guy and disable the vehicle in some way and get this thing slowed down, perhaps even to a stop here. Because of the size of the vehicle, because he's having to lug along a trailer here, there's very limited mobility, very limited speeds here, but there's also the potential, because this vehicle is a sizable vehicle here, that he could just kind of plow through things as he may need to here. So, okay, I've got you. Unknown how many people might be in the vehicle here. Obviously, we have a driver. Potentially any more suspects that might be inside of the vehicle here in the passenger seat. We just don't know at this point here. But you can see that this vehicle is now traveling, again, in the middle lanes of traffic and kind of moving along here. So gaining some speed here. It looks like he's at a trash truck that he's just passing by on its left. So it looks like he might be picking up a little bit of speed here as we approach San Gabriel Boulevard here. So again, westbound on that 60 freeway coming through Montebello here will be coming up on San Gabriel Boulevard, will be coming up on Paramount, will be coming up on Garfield, Atlantic, and then in towards East L.A. and the 710 freeway here. So, again, East L.A., CHP station not too far away, not too far up ahead here. So they are likely in a position where they are going to be intercepting this pursuit, or be in a position to be able to intercept this pursuit as we move westbound at about 50 miles an hour, maybe just shy of 60 miles an hour on that 60 west coming through Montebello. Ginger? Okay. Thank you, brother. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, I can't ID any of the material back there, but... Thank you. Oh, my gosh. He's picking up, picking up, picking up. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 60, 70 miles an hour westbound on the 60 here, in part because the CHP has been able to slow traffic down behind him here. That has kind of cleared the way for him to accelerate a little bit here. So, at any rate, we are now passing the Montebello Country Club here, the Quiet Canyon, westbound side of the 60 freeway, just coming up on Garfield in a matter of about half a mile or so. But as you can see, westbound on the 60, middle lanes of traffic. No traffic up ahead to speak of here because... well, I suppose if he wanted to accelerate a little bit quicker, he'll be coming up on a couple of slower big rigs here. But, again, nothing behind him to slow him down at this point. So no signs of giving up. You know, every once in a while you'll see some sparks coming from between the box truck, which happens to be a 26-foot box truck there, and the trailer. You can see the sparks. That's probably just the chains that attach the trailer hitch to the trailer itself here. We'll see those kind of sparking a lot here. But at any rate, westbound on the 60 freeway coming up on Garfield. Beyond that, we'll be over towards the 710 freeway. Sheriff's CHP in pursuit of this stolen 26-foot, what was it called, Rich? A Supermax? Super mover. Rich picked that up on the back of the truck here. A 26-foot super mover box truck here, U-Haul truck, and it looks like he's moving over towards the right lanes of traffic here from the middle lanes here. And, yeah, he's just kind of free to carry on here. You know, unusual that he's actually moving into more of a metropolitan part of the city here, so it's not like he's trying to go, you know, away from where he might encounter more officers or more helicopters here, but he's actually moving into a place where it's going to be more of a metropolitan section here. So moving into East L.A. at about 40, 50 miles an hour. So those are some of the vehicles that are up ahead. The CHP slowing them down, getting them out of harm's way. So westbound 60. And in a matter of about a mile or so, I can see up ahead the 710 freeway. He does always have the option of moving over towards the 710 freeway. If he continues west on the 60 into the East L.A. interchange and in towards downtown Los Angeles here. So let's see what this guy does. Not too smart here, but, well, there you go. Westbound on the 60 freeway. Not doing too fast here, 40, 50 miles an hour at this point. CHP blocking traffic behind, using at least four CHP units that are tracking pretty close behind here, and that fourth one is kind of dropping back, holding everyone to a slower speed here. So just now coming up on a point where he'll need to make a decision if he's going to stay on the 60 west into East L.A. or transition to the 710 freeway here. It looks like using the middle lanes of traffic, he might be heading in towards downtown, so we'll know this. Okay, there's the transition road. Looks to me like he's going to be staying on that 60 freeway, and he's just, we'll lock that in just a moment here, guys, about 5 seconds or so. We'll know, but it looks to me like he's going to be staying on the westbound 60 here, in past East L.A. and over towards the East L.A. interchange, closer to downtown L.A. here. So he's, in fact, moving closer to where, you know, the law enforcement hubs are. We have the East L.A. Sheriff's, or East L.A. Sheriff's, we have East L.A. CHP, of course. We're moving into LAPD territory here, so not too bright if he's looking to get away, but, you know, given the fact that he's driving a 26-foot super mover, U-Haul truck here, the chances of him getting away are kind of slim to none at this point is what my guess would be here. So what we're doing here is westbound 60 coming up on Indiana here in about half a mile, and we're just kind of tracking it, guys. Okay, we're at 1,500 north side. Okay. I'm going to track behind him because as he goes into the interchange, it's going to be hard to know which way he goes. So I'm going to stay behind him on this one. Okay. My guess would be East L.A. or Central. Okay. Okay, 5 copies, thank you. Okay. Here we go, here we go. I'm going to stay behind him because I can't get in front of him and know which freeway he's going to get on, so. All right. Coming into East L.A., guys, coming into East L.A., westbound side of the 60 freeway, it looks like he's looking to transition over towards either the 101 or the 5. If he stays off to the right, that's going to be the 5 freeway. That's a single-lane transition, and that looks to be what he might be trying to do here. So, yeah, 5 freeway north, and that is kind of what we are tracking right now. So, you know, I figured the best bet here, the best money was going to be staying right behind him because coming into the East L.A. interchange, he could pick the 5, the 101, the 10, and it's hard to know exactly what he was going to do. So I figured if I stayed behind him, we can kind of just track him and follow the signs as he passes underneath, and sure enough, 5 freeway northbound is what he's going to be getting on at this point. It's just a 2-lane or a 1-lane transition, so you can imagine slow-moving, big 26-foot box truck lumbering across the transition road. Yeah, moving across the transition road here. It looked like he was moving off to the right here, but it looks like he's just kind of utilizing the whole transition left to right there. But northbound on the 5 freeway now, and not moving too fast here. Rich Prickett, our Sky 5 photographer, just mentioning that, well, maybe it's a loaded up truck here, so maybe that's why he's not accelerating too fast or traveling too fast, and that is certainly a possibility here. So coming out of the East L.A. interchange, northbound on the 5, so that kind of locks us down here. We're going to be heading up towards Boyle Heights, up towards the 10 freeway. In just a matter of a few moments here. We're still coming through the downtown exits here, so we're talking about 7th Street, 6th Street, 4th Street, over towards the 10 freeway here, so that's always a possibility here. Those are tricky streets to navigate unless you know your way around, but especially in a big box truck, it's going to be tough to navigate if you were to get off the freeway at any of the next 3 exits here. So, of course, the 10 freeway is up ahead. That's going to be an option for him, the 10 eastbound. Or if he continues north on the 5 freeway, who knows where that might take him if he continues to carry this pursuit on here. So no word on any spike strips in the last several minutes here. The last time I heard them talking about spikes was somewhere along the 605 freeway when he was still northbound approaching the 60 here. So now we are coming out of the East L.A. interchange. Traffic is slow behind him here. Traffic is kind of pulling away up ahead of him. There's a good maybe quarter of a mile gap between him and the slowest car up ahead of him. So traffic is basically moving up ahead of him at this point here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of the CHP. A couple of them kind of moving out of position here. My guess is that these are East LA or Central Division officers of the CHP who are moving in position to take over the pursuit here. So again, northbound 5. Can we widen out the shot just a touch, Rich, just to give these guys some perspective here? So that's the shot up ahead. The closest car up ahead is going to be about a quarter mile up. Behind him, we have half a dozen units of the CHP keeping traffic at bay behind him. So this guy is basically driving the freeway all by himself at this point here while being pursued by the CHP. So coming up on the 10 freeway as an option, it looks like he might have bypassed that option already or is coming up here. But at any rate, still coming through the downtown exits. But now we'll be coming up towards areas like Northeast L.A., we'll be talking about the 110 freeway, Frogtown, Atwater Village, Los Feliz, Silver Lake, those areas. So as we move north on the 5 freeway, it looks like we're heading up in towards northeast Los Angeles and perhaps even into the valley if he continues this. So no signs of wanting to give up, but fortunately not driving too erratically, not weaving in and out, not driving too fast, and just maybe the nature of the box truck that he's driving won't allow him to do so. But, maybe that in terms of safety for commuters on the road here, in terms of safety for the officers behind him, maybe that's a good thing here that he's just not able to drive too erratically at this point here. So not wanting to lose control of a 26-foot box truck with a trailer in tow, it's probably his best bet here. But now he's going to be catching up to a couple of cars here, and they just got on the freeway, I believe, over at Broadway. So that's what we're looking at right now. If you're looking at a couple of cars that are up ahead of them, those are cars that just entered the 5 freeway northbound ahead of them. So hopefully they'll be out of the way. Hopefully they'll be able to accelerate out of his way or get off the freeway or pull off to the right here. This thing is coming through, and this guy's not stopping. So northbound on the 5 will be approaching the 110 freeway. That's going to be the Arroyo Seco portion of the 110 freeway here in about maybe half a mile or so. And his opportunities to take that are going to be limited as well because the Arroyo Seco Parkway only a 3-lane stretch of freeway here in both directions, and so that's going to be very limiting for a big box truck here. So he is off to the right lanes of traffic here as we move northbound, so let's see what he does. But in the meantime, thankfully so, he is not driving too fast. 40, 50 miles an hour, occasionally 60, maybe a little bit beyond that along straightaways here, but right now just 40, 50 miles an hour, so not very difficult for the CHP to be able to keep close tabs on him. For what it's worth, we do understand there's one male occupant, only one male occupant, so no additional suspects inside of that box truck here. So one male occupant, stolen vehicle U-Haul. We initially picked this up at about the 605 and the 91 freeway coming out of Long Beach. We do know Long Beach units were part of the pursuit initially here before the CHP kind of took over northbound on the 605 freeway. But northbound 605, westbound 60, northbound 5, Northbound 5 over towards the 110, and that's the 110 exit that you're seeing off to the right there. So he's staying on to the 5 freeway and moving in towards Frogtown, Atwater Village, Silver Lake, Los Feliz, and ultimately up in towards the San Fernando Valley, Glendale, Burbank, those areas. So moving northbound on the 5 freeway here, tracking the middle lanes of traffic and not necessarily driving too erratically. This person just not showing any signs of wanting to give up, unfortunately here, but hopefully the CHP in their tactics are going to be able to get ahead of him and perhaps get a spike strip down and disable the vehicle, for fear that this guy might not want to give up at some point and just kind of continue the pursuit. This thing could, potentially go on for who knows how long, depending on how much fuel is in the vehicle here. So, again, we are tracking it now coming through Frogtown, Stadium Way, northbound on the 5, guys. 18.7, 18.7. Okay, we're going to Burbank. Yeah, no, we're tracking the 1,500. We're not going to make saddle. Coming up on the 2, coming up on the 2. There's the 2. Staying on the 5. Yeah, the 2 heading into Glendale up towards the Crescenta Valley, maybe not the best option for him, but who knows what this guy is thinking at this point, Ginge. So, tracking northbound on the 5 freeway past the 2, coming up on Glendale Boulevard, coming up on Los Feliz Boulevard here in about a quarter mile or so. So we're coming through Los Feliz. We're coming through Atwater Village. Atwater Village is on the right. Los Feliz is Silver Lake is going to be on the left side of the freeway here. We'll just be coming up on, hang on, that's Brand Boulevard here. Glendale Boulevard coming up and Los Feliz beyond that. So again, yeah, kind of tracking in towards the Glendale area, beyond Glendale, the 134 freeway. Thanks, Angie. So northbound on the 5 freeway here, we'll be up at the 134 freeway in about 2, maybe 2.5 miles or so. If he continues, hang on, talking to Burbank. Okay, now passing underneath the Hyperion Bridge. That's the Hyperion Bridge he's going to be passing under right there. So that is the kind of border of Glendale and Los Feliz. I've got you there. Los Feliz beyond that, and Zoo Drive, Colorado Boulevard, and up towards the 134 freeway. Yeah, this guy's showing no signs of wanting to slow down or give up, but now just kind of veering off to the right lanes of traffic. He's just kind of trucking. So, moving at this speed with no direct intervention by the CHP in the way of spike strips. Okay, getting off the freeway, getting off at Los Feliz. Okay, guys, looking good. Northbound on the 5 freeway, he'll be exiting Los Feliz. Hang on. Okay, at this point, he is going to have an option to head west, left turn, in towards Los Feliz, or right turn, which will put him into Atwater Village over by the Best Buy and Costco facility. So let's see what he does. Definitely slowing down before he gets to the red light here. So moving pretty slow, particularly slow at this point here. It looks like there is one vehicle up ahead over in the right lane of traffic that he's just going to be coming up on right about now. So what is that? They've got flashers on, so I don't know if that's a disabled vehicle. Is that someone he knows? Let's kind of keep an eye on this, Rich. But he is having to kind of occupy the center of the lanes there, and it looks like he wants to make a left turn. Look at that big old truck here. Not easy to maneuver, right? But it's also maybe a case of a little bit of indecision here as he enters the intersection here, waiting for that bus to slow down. But making a left turn. That's going to be westbound. He can always get on the freeway southbound on the 5 right there. Okay, all right. I think we called that one there. Okay, it looks like he's going to want to get on the freeway here, southbound on the 5 freeway from Los Feliz here. So, okay, what we just experienced northbound on the 5, we're going to experience southbound on the 5. So that's what we're looking at right now. It's going to be kind of a veering right-hand turn. It's going to be kind of a hairpin turn, so we're just going to stay here. We're not going to follow him around. He's going to appear just in a matter of about 5 to 10 seconds, and he will then be on the 5 south. Okay, 5 south from Los Feliz. Let me turn that off. Okay, thank you. I've got you. 5 south, getting on the freeway from Los Feliz Boulevard here. Beyond that, Glendale Boulevard, Fletcher Drive down towards the 2 freeway and the 110 freeway here. So it looks like he is going to want to stay well within, L.A. City proper here, moving out of Glendale, and now tracking south on the 5 freeway here. So Los Feliz is going to be at the top of the screen, Atwater Village at the bottom of the screen here. Thanks, Ange. I've got you. Thank you. Okay, slow lane of traffic, and now maybe picking up a little bit of speed here, 50 miles an hour or so. So in this way, not knowing exactly what this guy's intentions are or what he's doing, he's just kind of driving, not necessarily erratically, but in a way that we just can't predict what his next move is. So that might be a situation where the CHP is going to have a certain amount of difficulty here getting ahead of them if they intend to intervene in some way. But southbound on the 5, we just passed the Hyperion Bridge and now heading down towards Fletcher Drive. He has Fletcher Drive as an option. He's got the 2 freeway also as an option, and beyond that, Stadium Way and over towards the 110 freeway here. So we're moving through Silver Lake, which would be at the top of the screen, and Atwater Village, which would be at the bottom of the screen here. A stolen U-Haul truck with a single occupant, a single male occupant here. From what we know at this point, coming through the Long Beach area, has made his way all the way up in towards northeast L.A., and now we are tracking back southbound on the 5 freeway. We just passed Fletcher Drive. We'll be coming up on the 2 freeway. If he stays over in the right lane of traffic, that's going to be the 2 freeway. If he stays in the middle or the left lanes of traffic, which it looks like that is what he is doing here, he's going to be staying on the 5 freeway. So beyond the 2, we'll have Stadium Way. We'll have the 110 freeway. So basically tracking from where we came. We've got someone, okay, just moving a little bit slow. That might be a construction-type vehicle. But, again, now southbound on the 5, just underneath the 2, the Glendale Freeway. So we are tracking towards Stadium Way, over past Dodger Stadium and the 110 freeway here. So, for what it's worth, speeds do tend to be, you might be picking up speed a little bit here. He's got a good long stretch of freeway up ahead. The CHP obviously still keeping traffic behind him at bay so no one can accelerate past him. But he is coming up on a little bit of slower traffic up ahead here. Fortunately, at 5:39 in the morning, it's not too heavily traveled, but it is a weekday and it is a work day, so we are going to see more and more traffic coming onto the freeways here as this guy continues the pursuit through the metro. So now tracking coming up on Stadium Way. Beyond that, the 110 freeway. If he stays on this southbound 5 past the 110, he'll have the 10 as an option. He'll have East L.A. as an option, and a whole host of possibilities beyond that. He can pick up the 10, he can pick up the 60, the 10 to the 110, who knows. So he's got a whole host of options for him if he wants to continue here. And it doesn't look like he has any plans, on giving up at this point here. So if he stays to the right, he'd be moving over towards the 110 transition, over towards Dodger Stadium. If he stays over towards the middle or the left lanes of traffic, that's going to keep him on the 5 freeway. So now we are moving through Frogtown here. Dodger Stadium's going to be at the top of the screen. Frogtown's going to be at the bottom of the screen, the Elysian Valley. So tracking southbound past the 110, so that is closed off as an option here. So south on the 5 over towards, say, the 10 freeway, so back in towards the downtown exits is where we are going, ultimately over towards the East L.A. interchange, should this guy continue the pursuit here. So interestingly enough, we have, only 3 units of the CHP, and they are doing their best to keep traffic at bay. The slower traffic up ahead seems to be filtering through. I don't necessarily see a pocket of slowing going up towards the 10 over towards East L.A. I'm just kind of looking up ahead about a mile or so, and traffic up ahead doesn't seem to be jamming up or anything like that. So it looks like he's going to be able to maintain at least this current speed of, 40 to 50 miles an hour here. So ahead of him, the next closest vehicle is going to be probably about a quarter mile ahead. So basically open road for him as the CHP keeps traffic behind him at bay, and traffic up ahead seems to be accelerating away from him. So we do have some merging traffic, however, and this is going to be traffic coming off of the 110 freeway, and that's going to mix in a little bit here coming off from the right side of the screen there. So just a few cars to deal with, but they are going to be falling in line behind the CHP as this pursuit kind of moves past them. So you can see the CHP already getting these guys to slow down a little bit here. So yeah, a couple of cars ahead, but now southbound on the 5 freeway. We're well past the 110 freeway. We'll be heading over towards Mission, over towards Broadway, over towards the 10 freeway. Beyond that, the numbered streets, 4th, 6th, 7th Street, and then the East L.A. interchange here. So basically coming back towards where we came from just about 15 to 20 minutes ago here. So now tracking southbound through the metro on the Golden State Freeway, southbound over towards the 10. Guys? Okay, we've got you here. We're at about 1,300. Yeah, no worries, Rich. You're good. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get behind him here as he enters the interchange. Okay, passing 4th. Okay, he's coming up on a freeway sign here in about 1/8 of a mile, Rich. So if he stays off to the left, that's going to be the 60 and the 5. So let's kind of keep an eye on him. Is it us? Okay, coming into the East L.A. interchange, guys. Staying on the left side of the freeway there, that's going to divert him over towards the 5 and possibly the 60 freeway here. So let's kind of keep an eye on this for the next 10 seconds or so, because that's going to be critical in deciding which way this guy wants to go here. But it looks to me like he maybe wants to get on the 5 freeway here. Let's get the signage, Rich. There you go. Okay, so it looks like he's going to stay on the South 5 out of the East L.A. interchange here. So that's what we're looking at right now. The critical point of the East L.A. interchange here, there are so many transition roads, and it's very confusing, so you got to stay close to this guy and be able to follow through. But indeed, he is right in the heart of the East L.A. interchange, and he is now going to be tracking south on the 5 freeway. So coming through East L.A., down towards the 710 freeway here. So that's where we are right now. I can tell you by looking up ahead, obviously East LA interchange, northbound side of the 5 freeway is going to be a little bit slow. Southbound on the 5 is going to be full speeds for him. So moving away from downtown through East LA down towards the 710 freeway, it's still going to be full speeds here. So he's going to be tracking 40, thanks Aldo, probably 40, 50, even 60 miles an hour should he choose that type of speed here, but not necessarily driving too fast. That is certainly good. Not driving erratically. That is good. He's still been able to hold on to that trailer here, so obviously he's not driving too erratically, and that is a good thing here. But again, we are now firmly established on that southbound 5 freeway, kind of the right lanes of traffic here, leaving the interchange, and we'll ultimately be over towards the 710 freeway in about three or 4 minutes. And it looks like we're going to have a law enforcement helicopter overhead with us in just a couple of minutes here. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're tracking through East L.A. down towards the 710. Okay, we're at 1200. Okay, guys, now he does have a little bit of slower traffic up ahead. Not going to be interfering too much here. It's very lightly traveled on the southbound side of the 5. Obviously, if you look on the opposite side of the freeway, the northbound 5, there's quite a bit of traffic here. So if he's looking to continue the pursuit, the southbound 5 is probably where he wants to be, and that's exactly where he is right now. So we'll be coming up on Olympic, and beyond that, the 710 freeway in about a mile and a half or so. He is just kind of trucking along in the middle left lanes of traffic here. He's going to be coming up on a slower semi-truck and a vehicle there just on the right there, kind of pulling off to the right to make room for what they see in their rearview mirrors there. So very smart move. Another person actually getting off the freeway right here to avoid what is going on. So now just kind of moving south on the 5 freeway. We'll be coming up on Olympic and the 710 freeway in about half a mile or so. The southbound side of the 5 very lightly traveled. I can look at the 710 freeway should he choose the 710 freeway, and that would be in his right lane of traffic. That southbound 710 also looks to be pretty free at this point here. But my thought is that he's going to continue south on the 5. It's just a guess, but staying in the left lanes of traffic, that appears to be what he is going to be doing here. He'll be coming up on his chance to pick up that 710 in about an eighth of a mile or so. And if he stays in the left lanes of traffic, obviously that's going to keep him locked into the 5 freeway southbound. Now, we did get some information that this may have come out of Buena Park. So southbound on the 5 freeway. If this did initiate out of Buena Park, perhaps, okay, here's his chance for the 710. And no, he's going to stay on the 5. He's going to stay to the left. That's going to be the 5 south, and he'll be crossing right underneath the 710 freeway right about now. So now we will be coming in towards the city of Commerce and down towards the 605 freeway ultimately here. So there you go. But what I was saying was we do understand that this may have initiated somewhere out of Buena Park, so in the Orange County area here. So if he is tracking south on the 5, perhaps he is looking to go back to Orange County. Perhaps he is looking to get back to an area of familiarity. Maybe Buena Park is an area that he is familiar with, but ultimately we are heading southbound towards Orange County. Still coming out of East L.A. in towards the city of industry. I'm sorry, the city of commerce. The city of commerce will be coming up on the Citadel shopping outlets. We'll be coming up on the Commerce Casino here shortly. Just coming up on Atlantic right about now. So again, coming through the city of commerce right now, south on the 5. Okay. Guys, let me send it back to you for a moment. And 5 does have all 3 of you. Brother, what's up, man? Come and get him, Sean. Yeah, the 26 foot. Okay, LAPD right there. That's fine, no problem. Okay. Coming up on Garfield, Ginge. Garfield. Jen, good morning to you. Yeah, just passing Garfield. So coming through the City of Commerce at this point here still on the southbound side of the 5 freeway here. Kind of tracking the right lanes of traffic to me, maybe the right middle lanes of traffic here. Not necessarily moving too fast here. He does have a couple of slower vehicles up ahead. It looks like a truck up ahead, but all in all, that 5 freeway southbound is going to be very lightly traveled at 5:51 in the morning here. So, yeah, ultimately in about 3 miles or so, we'll hit the 605 freeway. We'll see what he chooses to do. But at this point, still tracking southbound on the 5. So past Garfield, we'll be talking about Slauson. Past Slauson, it'll be Paramount. Past Paramount, Lakewood Rosemead, and then the 605 freeway here. So another 3 to 4 miles before we hit the 605 freeway if he chooses that as an option. Remember, we first caught this pursuit, maybe 45 minutes ago, maybe a little bit longer, and he was tracking northbound on the 605 freeway here. We caught it in Whittier. They actually lit him up in Cerritos, northbound on the 605 freeway as he was passing the 91, and he continued north on the 605 freeway, and we were on it, over it, within 5 minutes. Sky 5 HD first with this breaking news of this pursuit here. Now, we do have a couple of people getting onto the freeway here, the southbound 5 at Slauson, and that's what he's passing up, just the slower traffic getting onto the freeway here. So the CHP will no doubt get ahead of these guys and slow them down and keep them behind. In terms of traffic up ahead, still very light. He does have a couple of vehicles about maybe an eighth, maybe a quarter mile up ahead. Coming up, we're past Slauson, so it's going to be Paramount. So coming up on Paramount at this point. But wide open traffic on the southbound side. The northbound side, unfortunately, that is starting to slow down as you leave the 605 head up into the East L.A. interchange and downtown. But the southbound 5 heading down towards the Orange County line, at least, is looking, wide open at this point here as we approach the 605. So that is his option for Paramount Boulevard if you were to get off the freeway there. It looks like he's going to stay on. Beyond Paramount is Lakewood Rosemead. Beyond Lakewood Rosemead, the 605 freeway here. So, my guess is that he's going to wait till the 605 before he has to make a choice between the 605 or the 5. So, the big question mark here is how much gas is in this truck here. This is a 26-foot super mover. Look at the back of the truck there. And now we're getting kind of a closer look at some of the material that looks to be in the trailer here. And it doesn't look like anything in particular of value, but, at any rate, he is still kind of dragging a trailer around. Again, moving at freeway speeds, a vehicle this big, dragging a trailer. Pit maneuver is not going to be an option for them, but hopefully if they can get ahead of this pursuit here and figure out where he is headed or stay ahead of him in some way, maybe they can get a spike strip out and maybe get this thing slowed down here. We're having a good look at the driver window, at the left front tire. Right now, from what we are being told here, it's just one male suspect inside of that U-Haul truck here. Pretty stubborn for not pulling over after driving a 26-foot U-Haul all this distance here. It can't be an easy situation for him, but at any rate, we are now going to be coming up on Lakewood Rosemead and over towards the 605 freeway. I think we're past Lakewood Rosemead, to be honest with you here. So we just passed Lakewood Rosemead. We're going to be over towards the 605 freeway in about a mile or so. Now, if he stays in the right lanes of traffic, the right 2 lanes of traffic, that will give him the option for the 605. If he moves off towards the middle or the left lanes of traffic, that'll keep him on the 5 freeway here. So this is going to be interesting to see what he does here because remember, he was on that 605 freeway northbound coming away from the 91. Let's see if he goes southbound on the 605 freeway, maybe towards an area that he's familiar with. We just don't know, but this is going to be something that we're going to be watching. It's going to be in a matter of about an eighth of a mile here. So, again, if he stays in the right 2 lanes of traffic, that's going to give him the option of the 605 north or the 605 south. Okay, he's slowing down. I got brake lights here, so he's slowing down, trying to think of what he's trying to do here. So, do I stay on the 5? Do I get on the 605? Okay, so there he is heading for the 605. The left lane will be northbound. Right lane will be southbound on the 605 freeway. So it looks like he's straddling lanes. If he stays to the right, that's going to be southbound 605. If he stays to the left, that's going to be northbound 605. So it looks like southbound 605 to me, and that's what he's doing here. So there you go. This is now moving into an area that this vehicle has traveled through before here. Remember, when we first caught this thing close to an hour ago, it was northbound on the 605 freeway just past the 5, right there at about Whittier Boulevard, right there at about Washington, Slauson, Telegraph. And now he made his way all the way up in towards northeast L.A., over towards Los Feliz in the Griffith Park area, and now tracking southbound on the 5 freeway here. This guy is really doing the tour of L.A. here, and for the early morning commute here, he is fortunate enough to be avoiding the heavy traffic, so going against traffic at this point. Now southbound on the 605 freeway, now southbound 605. He will be coming up on Imperial Highway. He'll be coming up on the 105 freeway here. So if he stays off to the right, that might give him the option of Imperial or the 105 freeway. If he stays towards the middle or the left lanes of traffic, that's going to keep him on the 605 freeway south. So now we're kind of tracking through Norwalk. We're kind of tracking through Downey, and let's see what he does here. Not necessarily driving too fast, so in that kind of way, it's a little bit unexciting to watch because he's not necessarily driving too erratically and not necessarily driving too fast. Right now, we're talking about speeds of about 40 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more. But looking up ahead, if he chooses the 105 freeway west, he might have a little bit of slower traffic to deal with. But if he stays on the 605 freeway south, that's going to keep it wide open for him. So straddling kind of the middle lanes of traffic here, that tells me 605 freeway south. But he could always just jump over to the right and pick up Imperial Highway or the westbound side of the 105 freeway. So that's what we're looking at right now. And it's still kind of undecided at this point here. He still has the option of both, but in maybe an eighth of a mile or so, we'll know what this guy is ultimately going to do at this juncture here. So staying towards the middle, staying towards the left. It looks like he's kind of straddling lanes there. To me, it looks like he wants to say 605 south, and that's kind of where the gore point is between the 605 and the 105. Staying on the left side of it, that's going to keep him southbound, and that is what he is doing here. So now southbound on the 605 freeway, we'll be approaching the 105, and beyond the 105, we'll have Rosecrans, we'll have Alondra, the 91 freeway, and back in towards Long Beach, where we initially heard where they were going to light him up. Again, a stolen vehicle. We understand this may have been out of Buena Park, but although it may be out of Buena Park, when we initially first heard the scanner traffic here, he was northbound on the 605 approaching the 91. CHP was taking over. Long Beach PD units were also part of it at that time. They backed out. The CHP took over and have been the primary agency for the past hour or so that we have been watching this. So he's just crossed over the 105 freeway and at a very slow speed. We're talking about 40, 50 miles an hour. And traffic transitioning eastbound 105 freeway to the south 605. He may encounter some of that traffic as that traffic begins to merge here. So he's going to be having a little bit of company here in just a matter of about a quarter of a mile or so. So that's what we're dealing with. Beyond the 105 freeway, we have, again, as I mentioned, Rosecrans, Alondra, the 91 freeway. So back in towards the Cerritos area on the left, over towards the Bellflower area on the right. And again, this is where we first heard the first, scanner traffic over the radio about an hour ago. It was at the top of 5 when they initially lit him up here. So this has been going on for about an hour at this point. He's just now crossing Rosecrans. Beyond Rosecrans, the next stop is going to be Alondra and the 91. LAPD now has an airship overhead, and that is certainly some good news here. They're going to be able to keep a close eye on this guy. I asked the airship pilot what he is seeing, and right now he's telling us that he can only see one occupant, and that is likely the driver of the vehicle here. And again, that's what we're looking at here. In about half a mile, he's going to have Alondra. About a mile, he's going to have the 91 freeway. Let's see what he does, but ultimately, if he heads south on the 605 freeway, he's going to be heading over towards the Orange County line in the 405. Guys? Okay. Later, Sean. Thank you. TV5 copies. Okay. Okay. 91 Freeway, Rich. 91 Freeway. 91 East. Oh, boy. It's hard to know. Gosh darn it, that's a good question here, Chris, but it's hard to know. But, you know, Rich, our Sky 5 photographer here, has been kind of watching this and kind of watching the motion of the truck here. And his guess is that it may be loaded. So it's just hard to know at this point here. But to get back to what we're looking at here, we are now transitioning South 605 to eastbound. Eastbound 91 Freeway, and look at how slow this guy's going here. So, you know, to Rich's point here, this thing may be loaded up, and that might be the reason why he's just traveling so darn slow here. But now he's going to be getting over towards the main lines of the 91 Freeway eastbound. So coming away from Long Beach, coming away from Bellflower, in towards areas like Cerritos, and that's kind of what we're tracking here. But now the CHP is going to have to slow down everyone on that East 91 here. We have a lot of fast movers, especially in the fast lane, that are trying to get up and pass. But now they're having to slow down for the CHP, who are trying to keep everyone behind the pursuit at this point here. And again, unfortunately, this thing just moving so slow. But that probably bodes well for the CHP in their efforts to try and keep up with the vehicle here. So LAPD's airship just pulled off, and now we have CHP airship above. And so as we move away from Bellflower and Long Beach and head in towards Cerritos, we are now eastbound on the 91 Freeway. We'll be coming up on Pioneer here in about a quarter mile or so. And, well, if you know the area, this pursuit is now coming through the neighborhood. Eastbound 91, ultimately over towards the 5 Freeway in about 5 miles or so. And we'll see what this guy chooses to do here. But remember, if this thing did, in fact, come out of Buena Park, then, well, maybe this guy is moving into an area that he is familiar with. So let's see what he does here. We haven't seen any real good, high-quality images of the driver. It's just kind of tough to get into that driver door window. It's tough to get into the windshield at times, trying to stay ahead of him. But, you know, is he talking on the phone? Is he negotiating with police? Is he talking to family or friends? What is he doing in there? Is he just kind of driving along? But ultimately, we are now heading back in towards the Orange County area. We can give you that much information here as we travel eastbound 91. And we've just passed Norwalk Boulevard here. So coming through Cerritos, heading over towards the 5 Freeway ultimately here, not necessarily driving too fast. The CHP, again, taking over with their airship, LAPD peeling off just a couple of minutes ago, right there at the 60591. And now, hang on. Okay, copy that, 2285. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, now moving past Bloomfield. So we just passed Norwalk, just past Bloomfield. Not necessarily tracking too fast, 40, 50 miles an hour. And it's coming up on a couple of slower vehicles. 5's up, thank you. Yep, we got you. We're at 1005. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Just talking to CHP here, but yeah, we are just tracking in the slow lane of traffic here, eastbound on the 91 Freeway, and not necessarily too exciting here. We have maybe half a dozen units of the CHP that are tracking pretty closely behind, as well as keeping traffic behind him at bay here, so not letting anyone kind of accelerate past him. In terms of traffic ahead, yeah, we've got a couple of vehicles maybe about an eighth of a mile up ahead of him, but whether or not he's going to catch them, who knows. But ultimately, we are moving in towards Orange County here now, eastbound on the 91 Freeway, coming up on Shoemaker. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, you bet we were over an hour ago, Ginger. But now we are tracking eastbound on the 91, and we're heading in, well, towards Buena Park. And this is where that pursuit, well, where at least the following, which led up to this being a pursuit, first took place here. So we believe, based on the information that we have, that this following initiated out of Buena Park here. So guess what? We're back in Buena Park after a trip all the way up in towards northeast Los Angeles, up towards Griffith Park, where he finally turned around and came southbound again. So it'll be interesting to see what this guy does, because if this thing initiated out of Buena Park, this might be an area that this guy's familiar with, and so it'll be interesting to see what he does here. Is he going to continue the pursuit on the freeways, or is he going to get off the freeway here and towards an area that he might know? So, Buena Park, we've got a couple of more exits to deal with here, and he is in the right lane of traffic, maybe the middle lane of traffic, but it'll be interesting to see if this guy actually chooses to get off the freeway near the city where, this thing started over an hour ago. So it looks to me like he's kind of tracking that right lane, the slow lane of traffic here, but still not looking to slow down or give up. He's just kind of tracking at 40, maybe 50 miles an hour here, half a dozen units of the CHP still following this guy. He's just crossing over Knott Avenue. Beach Boulevard is coming up beyond that in about 3/4 of a mile or so, and so that's also going to be an option for him. That's going to be the heart of Buena Park, isn't it? So, utilizing the middle lanes of traffic, it doesn't look like he wants to get off the freeway at this point, but he still has time to scurry over to the right. Beyond Beach Boulevard here, he's going to have the 91 and the 5 interchange here, so that's going to be an interesting stretch of roadway to see what he decides to do here. So if he continues eastbound on the 91, that's something that we are going to be able to track with him. If he continues south on the 5, we'll kind of follow through with that as well here. But it looks like he is bypassing Beach Boulevard here. He's just crossing over Beach right now. And in about maybe half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, he's going to have the 5. He's going to have the 591 interchange to deal with here. So he's just going to be coming up on some signage here, Rich, in about 10 seconds or so. And so being in that right lane of traffic, I believe he's going to be able to stay over towards the 5. If he stays over towards the left or the middle lanes of traffic, that's going to enable him to stay over on the 91. So let's see what he chooses to do here. But it's anyone's guess at this point. He's kind of straddling that lane where he can choose left or right at this point here. But as you can see, the CHP is in relative close proximity. They're able to track this guy relatively easy. He's just traveling so slow. It's a big lumbering 26-foot super mover U-Haul. It's their biggest truck, and he's just not able to go very fast. So, okay, if he stayed to the right, that would have been the 5. If he stayed in the middle lanes or the left lanes, that looks like the 91. So it looks to me like the 91 freeway is what he is committing to at this point here. And, well, we're going to be able to follow him and see where this guy decides to go here. So, my thought was that maybe he would get off somewhere in Buena Park where this pursuit initially started as a following earlier on this morning. But, well, it looks like we're going to continue in towards Fullerton, in towards Anaheim, out of Buena Park. And so eastbound 91 will be coming up on Magnolia shortly. And passing out of the interchange here, we're going to be heading in towards Fullerton and Anaheim, which is going to be on the right side of the freeway. So that's what we're doing right now in the middle lanes of traffic here, just kind of tracking eastbound on the 91 freeway here, guys. Okay, we've got you. We're at 1,004 now. Yep. Which is coming up here. Thank you. Okay, can you open up ahead of them just a tiny bit? Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Brookhurst, I think Euclid is beyond that, so... Uh, okay, we're going to be coming up on Euclid here shortly. Yeah, I think he's got a school bus coming up on the right. Okay, school bus is pulling over. There it is. Did he get it? Did he get it? Oh, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, spiked. Spiked. Okay, if you were just watching the shot about 5 seconds ago, maybe 10 seconds ago, that officer over in the center divider was able to throw out a spike strip, and it looks like the U-Haul truck ran right over the spike strip, and the spike strip didn't come out from underneath for a couple of seconds, and so potentially a successful spike strip here. And it looks like he's now getting off at Euclid Street, and he's in the left turn pocket. Is he going to kind of plow through there? Yep, okay, left turn, that's going to be northbound. Left turn, that's going to be northbound. Okay, now crossing underneath the 91 freeway here. Northbound on Euclid. Hang on a second here, guys. Hang on a second here. Okay, one more time, Rich. Okay, there you go. So what Rich is showing you here is that that right front tire, which has now been, okay, we have sheriff coming in as well then. Okay, so look at the right front tire. 5 copies, thanks. So the right front tire disabled and possibly been loaded, and now that's going to limit his mobility here, his steering, because, well, I can't imagine his steering is going to be very good as he tries to continue here. But what he did basically was get right back on now the westbound side of the 91 freeway here. So the CHP, wow, what a brave actor. Did you see that officer just a couple of minutes ago step out in front and fling that spike strip? And it did catch that at least one of the tires there. And now he's driving on a flat tire over on the right front. So he's in the middle lane of traffic here, coming away from Euclid. He'll be coming up to Brookhurst, beyond that Magnolia, and then the 5 freeway. So kind of what we're looking at right there. I can't imagine his mobility is going to be very good. So his ability to steer the vehicle and maintain good control, good positive control of the vehicle is going to be super limited at this point here. So I can't imagine he's going to be traveling too fast. And my guess is that if they were able to get one tire, maybe they were able to get a second tire. So that would certainly be a hope. But you can see, look at the westbound side of traffic there. They're slowing down to see what's going on. And, of course, that's where he just got off the freeway at Euclid here. So these were the folks that were all slowing down behind this before he got off at Euclid. So now traveling westbound at Brookhurst. Beyond that, he'll be coming up on Magnolia, and then, of course, the 5 freeway. So does he go north on the 5? Does he go west on the 91 freeway? What's he going to do here? So, again, not being too maneuverable at this point here, this big lumbering truck. I can't imagine that he's going to make any last-second erratic type moves in a big truck like this, which may potentially be full of material. So we just don't know at this point. So we're just going to kind of follow through and see what he does here. But, again, a successful spike strip. You can see that right front tire is down to the rim, and it's actually smoking. So he looks to be pulling over to the right a little bit here, and maybe even slowing down at this point here. So maybe we're seeing this, slow down and hopefully come to its conclusion here sooner than later. But I just can't imagine that this guy is thinking that he's actually going to get away. I don't know what his intentions are, but just to kind of keep this going as long as he can. But, again, I can't imagine he thinks that he's actually going to get away here. He's got multiple law enforcement helicopters. We've got Sky 5 HD tracking him, and he's just not moving at a speed that would enable him to get away from anyone at this point here. So we are just tracking in towards the 5 and the 91 interchange here very slowly, but with one tire at least that is out. We're talking about a less than ideally maneuverable truck at this point here. So hang on, bear with us. If I was on the north side, we're at 1,005. I've got you, Andrew, thanks. Okay. He's slowing down. He's slowing down, and this is going to be West 91. He's slowing down, and this is going to be transition to West 91 here, guys. So my guess is that he's just trying to continue this for as long as he possibly can here. But given the fact that he's lost at least one tire here, how long he's going to be able to continue here, it's just anyone's guess here. But he's right in the middle of the transition right now. And it looks to me, if I followed that through properly here, it looks like he was going to be staying on that 91 freeway westbound out of the 591 interchange here. So look how slow he's going relative to the other traffic that is moving at freeway speeds through the intersection here. So he's just not able to get up to speed here and, something less than maneuverable conditions here because he at least has one flat tire and possibly two at this point here. So he's just not going to have the maneuverability here to kind of maintain any kind of speed through this transition and onto the freeway here. So he's just kind of trucking straight ahead as best he can. He just doesn't want to give up here. Maybe his idea is that I know I'm not going to be able to get away, but maybe I'll just kind of continue this as long as I can, drag it out, and maybe see how long I can take this here. But now moving again through Buena Park, we'll be coming up past the 591 over towards Beach Boulevard and over towards Knott Avenue again. So this is an area, again, that, potentially this is his third time through because we did understand that this thing initiated as a following out of Buena Park. We came through Buena Park on the eastbound transition about 10 minutes ago, and now he got off at Euclid and now is westbound on the 91 freeway back in Buena Park. So maybe this is a sign that this is an area that he knows. We'll see what he chooses to do here. He's coming up on the Beach Boulevard off-ramp in about a quarter of a mile or so. Right now, kind of straddling the middle lanes of traffic here. If he wanted to get off the freeway, he'd be heading over towards the right. But at this point, it's still anyone's guess as to what this guy has in mind here. So, we'll kind of track along and see. But you can see that that right front tire definitely gone. Hard to get around to the driver's side and see what he's doing there. But, yeah, look at that. That truck is struggling. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so, yeah, he's struggling. Middle lanes of traffic, perhaps over towards the right lanes of traffic. Can we widen out just a touch, Rich? He's just past the opportunity to get off at Beach Boulevard from what I can tell at this point here. Yeah, so he's past Beach Boulevard off-ramp, and he'll be overhead Beach Boulevard in about maybe 15 or 20 seconds. As slow as he's going, it's going to take that long. But beyond Beach Boulevard, it's going to be not, and just driving slower and slower. I've got you, thanks. Driving slower and slower. There's Beach Boulevard here, so you can imagine how, there's the visual representation of how slow he is actually going here. So maybe 30, 40 miles an hour at best. So he's just kind of trying to prolong this as long as he can, I suppose. A couple of cars getting on at Beach Boulevard onto that westbound 91 freeway. They're going to be able to pull ahead of him, though. So this guy is going to be basically unimpeded with traffic up ahead. CHP behind, slowing everyone down. And there's that CHP kind of swerving onto the on-ramp to make sure that no one gets on and accelerates past this guy. So that's what we're looking at right now, guys. Again, westbound on the 91 freeway will be coming up on Knott. This is Buena Park. Beyond Buena Park, La Palma, and then back in towards Cerritos. But, again, this seems to be an area that we are now passing through for the third time around, guys. Okay, if I was going to... Yeah, I'm going to move south. Hey, guys, I was going to move over to the south side behind the truck. South side of the freeway behind the truck. Okay. Okay, looks like he's pulling over towards the right. Okay, when you get the chance, let's confirm driver side tires. Okay, good. Although I'm just off your right coming up on you. I do have you there. No problem. I've got you. Where are you at, 7? Okay, thanks. Oh, I've got them both. Okay, thank you. Okay, I've got them both on the south side. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to get a look into the driver door window, and, well, you can kind of see some hands. But, yeah, look at this guy. Stubborn. My goodness. Westbound on the 91 freeway. He's just at the bottom of the off-ramp for Valley View and Orangethorpe, and it looks like he's going to, yeah, he wants to stay on the freeway. Okay, well, that's going to jam everyone up, but I don't think he cares at this point. Westbound on the 91 freeway, he's staying on that westbound 91, so beyond Orangethorpe, we'll be moving back in towards Cerritos, out of Buena Park, and just tracking now ever so slowly here. So if you're coming out of Anaheim, out of Buena Park, out of Fullerton, and you head westbound on the 91 freeway in towards, say, Bellflower and Lakewood, this guy's going to be slowing you up here, at least for the time being here. I don't know how long this guy's going to be able to carry on here. It just seems to be going slower and slower, but well, there you go. We're seeing it here. Half a dozen units of the CHP still kind of in relative close proximity here, and this, you know, what is this guy thinking, right? Just pull over to the right and stop it, but stubborn. Anyways, yeah, westbound 91, just past Orange Grove, and we continue the pursuit here. So we came over to the driver's side, to see if we can see what the driver was doing. Was he acting erratically, acting in any way that seems less than normal, but also wanted to have a look at that left front tire there. Sure enough, that thing is down to the wheels as well here. So both front tires basically gone at this point here. So steering is going to be a problem. Maneuverability is going to be a problem. And with a 26-foot truck with a trailer potentially loaded, his speeds are going to be, you know, basically what you're looking at right now here. So 20, maybe 30 miles an hour. And just unfortunately for all the other commuters on the freeways here, it's just going to be a tough drive as this guy continues. And if this guy were to stop, well, that, you know, presents a whole nother host of potential problems here if traffic has to stop on the freeway behind him. If this guy chooses to not come out, you know, given the fact that, if anything, it just shows that he's unwillingness to give up peacefully. And so if he does end up having to stop, is he going to come out peacefully? Is he going to come out expeditiously? Or is he going to be, you know, basically not coming out? So we'll know that hopefully in the course of the next couple of minutes here. But who knows how long this is going to really carry on here. He's still insistent on driving this thing. Jeez, look at this guy. Maybe 20 miles an hour, maybe. Still jamming up people on that westbound 91 freeway here. So again, coming out of Buena Park and towards La Palma. Beyond La Palma, we'll be in Cerritos in just a matter of another mile or so. But at this rate of speed, my gosh, we're not going to be in Cerritos for another little bit here. So that's what we're looking at here, guys. Just very slow speed pursuit. Both front tires are popped. Stolen U-Haul out of Buena Park, out of Orange County. Now moving westbound. Rich says that he may be using I've got a small monitor, but it looks like his left hand, he may be talking to someone on a cell phone there. So, yeah, is that what we're looking at there? Yeah, he may be talking on a cell phone there with his left hand, trying to figure something out, or maybe talking to someone, maybe negotiating, maybe talking to a family member or what have you, but anyone's guess at this point. But obviously it looks like he is holding some sort of a cell phone in his left hand there. So still slowing now below 20 miles an hour, and I just don't know how long or how far this guy can actually continue here. How long that truck is going to be able to hold out, and if he slows down, is he going to be able to restart? But, you know, that remains to be seen at this point here. This guy's still refusing to give up at this point here. Both front tires gone. Steering is going to be limited. Mobility is going to be limited, potentially with a full truck here, a 26-inch U-Haul that might be full of material. We just don't know. So we are just going to follow through. We have 2 units of the of law enforcement that are above, as well as CHP on the ground. And now, oh my gosh, I'm just looking behind us right now, guys. That westbound 91 is slow from the 5, so you can imagine speeds of 20 miles an hour. This westbound traffic is definitely starting to stack up behind him here. So just an unfortunate situation where this guy's behavior is affecting so many hundreds and even thousands of folks on the freeways as he just continues this pursuit here. So hopefully they're able to get this guy and lock him up. My goodness. Guys? He's slowing down. Hang on. Is he going to stop under the bridge? Hang on. Okay. Yeah, guys, we're just kind of, let's see here. Oh, really? Okay. You think? Well, we'll see here. At any rate, it looks like the CHP is still moving. He's coming out from the other side of the bridge there. And now, again, as I mentioned, we are in Cerritos at this point here. Guys, about an hour and a half, Eddie, hour and a half. So now moving westbound, and at ever so slow a speed here, maybe just a little over 10 miles an hour. You saw him, when we were still coming through Fullerton, coming through Anaheim, when he transitioned off at Euclid and got back on at Euclid westbound, the speeds ever so gradually started to slow down. And now we're at a point where below 20 miles an hour, maybe 10 miles an hour or so. But look at the traffic. Look at the traffic in the westbound direction there. They're all slowing down to watch and see what's going on. My goodness, have a look at that. They're all just kind of looky-loos, just watching as the pursuit goes past them. So the effect on traffic is just kind of rippling, the ripple effect here of traffic. So eastbound traffic, unfortunately, is going to be affected because they're stopping to look. I mean, literally stopping on the freeway to see this guy move past. And of course, traffic behind this U-Haul truck, the westbound 91 is slow from the 5. So just an unfortunate situation here. This guy just needs to pull over and give up. But who knows, what this guy's going through, emotional distress or just stubborn or anger, whatever issues this guy's having. He is still choosing not to give up at this point, and now it looks like he's accelerated just a little bit here and continuing to move west. So ultimately coming out of Cerritos will be over towards Bellflower and over towards the 605 freeway if the truck is able to make it that far. But the 2 front tires down to its wheels, as you can see. What is this guy thinking? But at any rate, that's what we're looking at right now, and just speeds of about 20 miles an hour. Stolen U-Haul truck out of Buena Park, and they're just kind of riding this out here. They're not going to be able to pit him because he's got a pretty large vehicle here, and he's got a trailer behind. And unfortunately here, just a situation where this is not the ideal vehicle to be able to pit, but the CHP is keeping pretty close to him so that if he decides to pull over, if he decides to stop or even foot bail, beyond that, they'll be able to get a hold of him pretty quickly here. And with traffic, have a look at the looky-loo traffic going east on the 91 freeway here. So they're literally stopping on the freeway to watch this guy go by. So, my goodness. That's what we've got, guys. Let me send it back down to you for a moment. Okay. Um, maybe they'll. Yeah. Thanks, Aldo. Okay, this is Norwalk Boulevard. Pioneer. Yeah, definitely is possible. He doesn't know what's inside the vehicle, Ginger. But just to give you some perspective here, let's widen out the shot, Rich. Okay, so we are westbound on the 91 freeway. We've just crossed over Norwalk Boulevard here, and now we're going to be coming up on Pioneer Boulevard here. At the bottom of the screen, that's going to be the eastbound side of the 91 freeway coming out of Bellflower in towards Cerritos. You can still see how people are slowing down, how they're actually stopping to watch this thing go by here. But, unfortunately for the westbound 91, these guys are still well backed up here. I mean, we're talking about a lot of cars here on that westbound 91. The backup starts all the way back at the 5 freeway here, and it keeps starting to build, and it keeps building because this guy is only traveling 10, maybe 15, 20 miles an hour here. So I will tell you that at 5 o'clock, when we first started hearing the first rumblings over the police scanners, he was northbound on the 605, right at about the 91 freeway there, and they were just about to light him up here. Now, they did light him up. Failure to yield. This guy continued north on the 605 freeway all the way up towards the 60, the 5 freeway, up in towards Griffith Park, made a U-turn around Griffith Park, and then came all the way back south on the 5 freeway, and over towards the 605, and then over towards the 91. He got spiked right at Euclid in the Fullerton area. He got off on Euclid and then got right back on at Euclid, but this time in a westbound direction. And this is the result of the spike strip that we saw that CHP officer deploy probably about 20 to 30 minutes ago here. Both front tires are gone. This guy's down to maybe 15, 20 miles an hour, still westbound on that 91 freeway. We'll be coming up on Pioneer. He's not going to be able to take Pioneer because he's already missed the off-ramp for that, but we crossing over Pioneer probably in about 30 seconds or so. Beyond Pioneer, I believe you're going to have Studebaker as an option, but certainly over towards the 605 freeway. So incidentally, this thing is coming to a crawl where we first started hearing the following turn into a pursuit over at the 605-91. We're within an hour, or within a mile of that location, but an hour and a half later here. So I don't know what his plans are. I don't know what his ultimate goal is here, but other than maybe just to prolong this for as long as he can. But the CHP is certainly not going to let this guy go. And now with the truck disabled, it's just, hard to know how long this guy's going to push this thing here. So both. Okay, that's fine. At any rate here, yeah, we're going to stay on the driver's side of the vehicle here because we want to be able to see what the driver's doing. At some point, if we can get over to the other side, we will. But right now, we're going to stay on the driver's side of the vehicle here. We're going to stay on the south side because there are so many other helicopters that are now in the airspace here, maneuvering in low clouds and fog that might present a danger. So we're going to just stay right here. And again, moving very slowly. I don't know if he's going to be able to stop. But again, westbound 91 freeway, just shy of the 605 freeway. It looks like he's going even slower now, below 20 miles an hour at this point here. And again, have a look at the traffic on the eastbound side. They are literally stopping to see this guy go through. And again, the westbound traffic still backing up here. So hopefully, if this guy gives up or takes a transition, hopefully it'll relieve some of the traffic in a matter of another mile or so. Once he gets past the 605 or chooses the 605, maybe it'll release some of the traffic here that's stuck behind him, because there is a long line of traffic coming out of Buena Park, coming out of Cerritos, coming into Bellflower on this westbound 91 freeway here. So traveling at a very slow rate. This guy just showing no inclination, no just willingness to just give up at this point. he's just going to push this as literally as far as he can. And with both front tires gone now, it's just hard to know what this guy's intentions are. So we'll see. Okay, guys, let me send it back down to you. Yeah, I don't know if he's down to the drums or not. It's just hard to see with the glow of the fire here. Is he still on wheels, or the wheels crumbled and now he's down on the drums? Yeah, no, he's still on a wheel, so the wheel is just red hot, as you can see here. So, yeah, that's just sparking and just superheated rim wheel that you can see. So, wow, yeah, look at it. I believe that's going to be, that step just below the passenger door might in fact be a gas tank, and so who knows what danger that poses. But yeah, not so smart, dude. Not so smart. Your best bet is to actually just pull over and get out. So yeah, he's still driving on a red hot wheel, and that's just not good for him. But just in terms of where we are at this point, we're just approaching the 605. He is opting to stay on the 91 Freeway West. So I would imagine some of these folks on the 91 Freeway West are going to opt for the 605 and up to the 105 freeway. I would imagine, instead of staying, behind this guy, with a potential situation where if this guy ends up having to stop, it's going to be stuck on the freeway for who knows how long. So if you're westbound on the 91 freeway or planning on being westbound on the 91 freeway, take that 605 north to the 105 and don't stay on that 91 because that's where this guy's going. So let's widen out just a touch, Rich. Widen out the shot just a touch in front of him. That's going to be the 605 coming into view there. So that's going to be the 605 north from left to right here. So we are westbound on the 91 freeway, crossing over the 605. Right front wheel is on fire, just a superheated wheel. And the next off-ramp is going to be Bellflower Boulevard. Bellflower Boulevard, and beyond that, Lakewood Boulevard. And just, kind of crawling along, 15, 20 miles an hour here. So, yeah, whether or not this guy knows it's on fire, who knows? Maybe he smells it. But yeah, it looks like something might be dragging along there, right? Maybe that's a piece of tire. It's hard to know. But at any rate, you're seeing it right there. Right front tire. Whatever material it is definitely on fire, and it could be part of what's left of the tire. It's just hard to know. But yeah, there it is. Okay, it looks like it wants to come loose. I would imagine that those wheels, once they crack and give way, that might really limit his mobility there. But now whatever he was dragging is now across the top of the wheel, and so whatever the fire is definitely now moving a little bit closer to the engine compartment, where it was down at ground level. Now it's up at the top of the wheel near the engine compartment here. So exhaust, who knows what oils and things are the potential to catch fire here. So my guess is that this thing is going to be slowing down over the course of the next couple of miles here. But yeah, it's just a dangerous situation, and unfortunately now the fire department's likely going to have to get involved here, and so I don't know that they are tracking this in any way. So if the fire department needs to be called, that's going to create more of a situation where this 91 Freeway West is going to be tied up. Yeah, so now I can see, and Rich, you don't have to show it, stay right where you are, but I can see where a lot of people are getting on that 605 freeway northbound. A lot of people getting off the 91 freeway and getting on the 605 freeway northbound over toward the 105. But then you have a fair amount of people who are choosing to stay on the 91 and stay behind this thing here. So why they're doing that, who knows? But it looks like this guy might actually be slowing down and maybe even stopping. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, if I was going to move a little bit west, I've got all three of you here. Two on the north side. I've got you. Okay. This thing is definitely slowing down. 7, I got you. Angela, I got you there. I'm moving up to the front of this thing. Just bear with me here, guys. We're trying to maneuver as best we can and as safely as we can to get into a... May not know. Okay, I would think that he doesn't. Okay, so Rich just giving me some information here. The driver might be disoriented. He may not know what the contents of the truck are. Yeah, that is definitely a situation where he... Thank you. He may not know exactly what he's got there. So there's a look at the windshield, and it certainly looks for confirmation purposes here that there is only one person, the driver, inside of the vehicle there. But from this angle, you can also see where that right front wheel is definitely still carrying something that is on fire here. But still moving at about 10 to 15 miles an hour here. We thought that perhaps he may be slowing down or even stopping. Well, I guess not. He's still going to keep this thing going here. So we'll be coming up on Bellflower Boulevard here. So we are coming through Bellflower and Lakewood along the 91 freeway, moving very slowly westbound over towards the 710. I don't know that he'll make it to the 710, but, you know, if he kind of insists on kind of keeping this thing going as long as he can, yeah, the 710 freeway he'll probably get to in about 10 minutes or so. Guys? Okay. Okay. There we go. No worries. I've got you. Thank you. Gotcha. Okay, Bellflower Boulevard coming up. Yeah, Ginger, have a look at that. My goodness, you know, we were speculating. Rich noticed that whatever was dragging underneath the wheel that was on fire was able to rotate to the top of the wheel, moving a little bit closer to the engine compartment. And maybe that's what's kind of spread to the engine compartment, maybe onto the hot exhaust, who knows what. But at any rate, whatever that thing, that maybe shred of tire, whatever it was, has now, well, blossomed into what you're seeing there. Now we're seeing a lot of sparks. This guy's getting off the freeway here, finally getting off the freeway at Bellflower Boulevard here. Bellflower Boulevard, he'll be at the bottom of the off-ramp. He's got a couple of cars ahead of him. Get out of the way, dude. He's going to be at the bottom of the off-ramp here, and hopefully he'll be able to slow down. I don't see the trailer either, Rich, so maybe that trailer, did that trailer come disconnected, or is there just a lot of smoke that we can't see it? Well, at any rate, he's going to be coming up to the bottom of the off-ramp here shortly here, and that's going to be Bellflower Boulevard. Let's see what he does, okay, because obviously he's got CHP right behind him, and now he's going to be on surface streets, Bellflower Boulevard, northbound. He's made a right turn northbound on Bellflower Boulevard here, again on fire, and CHP is now still kind of following. Let's push it north here. I've got all three of you. I think I'm seeing fire over on the driver's side too, a little bit. Okay, now it's into the cabin. Now it's into the cab. Okay, so I just don't see how this guy's going to be able to put up with this. There he goes. There he goes. Okay, foot bail. Look at this dude. Okay, catch this guy. Okay, in the parking lot by the red Prius. He's tossed over a bag. Okay, he's climbed over the fence. Lost a shoe. All right, pick up your man purse. There you go. Pick up your man purse. Okay, throw your man purse over. Get over to the wall. He's southbound. Southbound now. I've got you, Ange. Thanks. Okay. Come on, dude. Okay, so he's wondering what he's going to be doing there. He's just tossing his man purse around everywhere, but whatever. Okay, he's now between those two buildings. He's on the east side of the street. He's on the east side of the street here, guys. So I see CHP going westbound. He's on the east side of the, Rich, widen out. Maybe they can breathe. Okay, there you go. One officer there. Make the left. Okay, he's in between the two buildings in the alley, right by that looks like a four bungalow kind of bungalow court right there. That one CHP officer went a little bit too far, but he's between the big building in the middle of the screen. Right there in that alley. That's where we last saw him. So hopefully they're going to be able to catch this guy. My sense is that, they do have the airship right overhead, so hopefully they are kind of tracking this guy on the ground. CHP is kind of moving into position around the block, so there you go. You can see at the bottom of the screen here, CHP moving in from the left and from the right. But hopefully they're going to be able to catch this guy. My goodness, where is he going to pop out, right? Let's see. Yeah, hang on a second here, Rich. Okay, Cloud's going to move south just a little bit here over on the east side of it. In the meantime, that truck is really starting to go up for what it's worth here, guys. So, hang on. Move to the right, Rich, just for a quick sec. There's the truck. Have a look at the truck, guys. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so there's the truck. Fire department is coming up right behind him, and so they're going to be able to hopefully get some water on this truck here in just a matter of a couple of minutes here. But we are still looking for the bad guy. And the bad guy we last saw coming in right behind that big square building, right in front of that what looks like a rust-colored, that orange truck. And that's where we last saw him. Let me line up here, Rich, and see if we can get a straight down the... 5 did about a minute ago, but we're trying to spot him. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can eyeball this guy. Hang on, bear with us, guys. Bear with us. CHP is asking for anyone who might have seen his last location. So, yeah, that is the alley where we last saw him. Okay. They think they got him. Okay, maybe. Hang on. That's the alley where we saw him last. Okay, so my sense is that he's probably somewhere in this stretch, although we don't know exactly where he went. Yeah, that he could have gone through that bush line, that line of bushes there, but okay. Well, they are setting up a perimeter, so hopefully they'll be able to get this guy shortly here. But if he pops out anywhere in this immediate vicinity, hopefully someone will be able to spot him or pick him up. In the meantime, though, CHP is definitely looking for this guy, and they're setting up a perimeter around this particular vicinity to see if he pops out, or if he doesn't, they're going to start going from location to location to see if they can get this guy out. Okay. Can you put on the mapping here? That's going to be Park Street at Rush Avenue here. It's just going to be on the east side of Bellflower Boulevard, just one block north of the 91. So just to give you an idea, there's the mapping. Okay, so there you go. So they are definitely in the right neighborhood. And hopefully, if this guy pops out, he will do so in a conspicuous way that they'll be able to spot him and pick him up. In the meantime, though, have a look at the truck. Fire department getting some good water on there. That is going to be nearly out. But, man, he really took that down to the wheels and on fire, and my goodness. Hopefully they'll be able to get this guy shortly. Guys, let me send it back down to you. She's signaling. The roof? No, no one on the roof. No one on the roof. But there is, go ahead. It's hard to know, but it does look like that. It does look like, it looks to me like a single-story apartment complex there. You can see that kind of corridor right in the middle. He might have ducked in there. It's hard to know, but my sense is that he's going to be somewhere in this shot, hiding somewhere. But hopefully they will be able to get this guy out. Over on the right, over in the parking lot side. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Walk carefully to school, kiddo. So there you go. Yeah, with the police activity like right in their backyard basically here. So that's what we're looking at right now. The CHP is still trying to get their guy, but last seen in that alleyway that you're looking at right down the middle of the screen. So right in front of that copper-colored truck. And from there, he could have moved northbound, which is to the right along that tree, along that edge of bushes, or perhaps even into that apartment complex through that what looks to be an open corridor. That's going to be either rush or park, but at any rate, the CHP is still there. And my guess is that they're going to get local law enforcement involved here as well, since they know this area. But to this point, he has not popped out. He's probably hiding underneath something. I don't think he's still on the run. I think he's hiding, and hopefully they will be able to get this guy out here. There we go. Okay. It sure does. Yeah, if you remember his shoe when he jumped when he threw his man purse over the wall and he lost his shoe, and I think he was just casually trying to walk out. I think he was just casually trying to walk out of the perimeter. So there you go. Oh my, thanks, Ange. I won't move. I'll stay here. Nice job, Rich. Yeah. Yeah, he knew what was going on. So, yeah. Good job, Rich. Great job catching that, dude. Wow. Well, there you go. Now the guy's in custody. It's a code 4. Woo! Pretty gutsy move. Yeah, gutsy move, just trying to walk out like nothing's happening in the middle of a perimeter. But yeah, it's either Bellflower or Sheriff's. Go ahead. Yeah, 2 hours ago, just before 5 o'clock in the morning here, we heard CHP following a U-Haul truck northbound on the 605 freeway, just approaching the 91. They had suspicions that this thing might be a stolen vehicle. At that point, right at the 91 freeway, they lit him up to try and get him to pull over. Failure to yield, and this guy took us on a pursuit northbound on the 605 freeway. We caught him right at about Telegraph Road, right at about Washington, right at about Slauson, and northbound 605 to the westbound 60. Into the East L.A. interchange, up the 5 freeway, all the way up in towards northeast L.A. He got off at Los Feliz, so Griffith Park. He got off on Los Feliz Boulevard, off the 5 freeway, and then got right back on the 5 South. So now 5 South on the 5 freeway from Los Feliz, from Griffith Park, all the way through East L.A., all the way down towards the 91 freeway over in Fullerton. When he got on the 91 freeway, he was heading eastbound, and that's when CHP was able to spike strip that stolen U-Haul truck. They were able to get the front two tires, and this guy got off immediately right there at Euclid, and then got right back on Euclid westbound on the 91 freeway, and that's where kind of the majority of the slowdown was taking place. Now, we were tracking this westbound on the 91 from Euclid, so basically out of Fullerton, out of Anaheim, all the way through areas like Buena Park, La Palma, Cerritos, and now Bellflower and Lakewood, before that right front wheel, which was, he had been running on that right front wheel for about 5 miles, eventually caught something on fire. That fire spread to the engine compartment, and this guy finally got off the freeway at Bellflower about, maybe 15 minutes ago, fully on fire, and now northbound on Bellflower. As soon as he had the opportunity to, he broke from that U-Haul truck, foot-bailed, went eastbound in between some buildings, and that's when we basically lost him for a couple of minutes before the CHP and the Sheriff's Department, it looks like, were able to catch up to him as he was trying to casually walk out of a perimeter that was in the process of being set up here. So now he's in custody. The U-Haul truck, unfortunately, destroyed. The whole cab of that thing was on fire just a few minutes ago before the L.A. County Fire Department was able to get on scene and put that out. But now what you're seeing here is the culmination of a 2-hours-long pursuit where this guy is now being taken into custody by the L.A. County Sheriff's Department with the help, the big help of the CHP as well as LAPD. They played a hand in it. Long Beach PD, they also played a hand in it in the early morning hours. But again, this is all happening just north of the 91 freeway, about a block north, right on the east side of Bellflower Boulevard, where this scene is now playing out with the suspect in custody. Guys? Uh, Eddie, do you guys have enough of this? We're going to go to the back real quick. They're going to pop it. Maybe. 11.5 is going to move over to the south side. I've got you. What did he say? What do they want to do? I'll decide. Just tell me what they have planned. Just packing stuff. Yeah, I'm off your left, south side of the 91, just off your left. Okay. And tower for TV5. Looks like I'm the last one over the 91 here at 1.2. I'll hold on station here for another little bit. You bet, sir. Thank you very much. 904 TV5. What's up, Eddie? Yes, we can. Let someone else do that. It's about as tough a workout as you can get for 2 hours worth.